And now let's talk about Taiwan. The US has issued a dire assessment. It believes China is preparing for war, that China is training, arming and rehearsing for a full-scale invasion. That's what US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has said.
We know, it's public, that Xi has ordered his military to be capable of invading Taiwan by 2027. The PLA is building the military needed to do it, training for it every day, and rehearsing for the real deal.
Xi Jinping has set a goal for 2027. He wants his military, the Chinese military, to be ready by then, ready to invade Taiwan and redraw the map of Asia. That's what the US Defense Secretary says. He insists that the US does not want a conflict, but it won't allow China to dominate American allies. And how is China responding? With threats and warnings of its own, China says the US is quote-unquote playing with fire and that it should stop selling weapons to Taiwan.
China firmly opposes U.S. arms sales to the Taiwan region of China and urges the U.S. to adhere to the One China principle and the 3 China-U.S. joint communiques, especially the provisions of the August 17th communique. The U.S. must stop selling arms to Taiwan and stop creating tensions in the Taiwan Strait. China's determination to safeguard national sovereignty and territorial integrity is unwavering.
So China has issued a warning of its own. But why is the US sounding an alarm now? It's because of China's recent moves, specifically the moves of the PLA, the Chinese military, People's Liberation Army, they call it. There's a build-up around Taiwan. Last month, China sent dozens of warships, multiple aircraft carriers and warplanes to threaten Taiwan. They circled Taiwan in record numbers. 254 ships were spotted in 27 days. That's 9 ships on average every day. Last year, this number was at 7. So Taiwan is feeling the heat. It has extended compulsory military service for its citizens. Earlier, this was 4 months. Now, it is mandatory to serve for at least 1 year. Reservists need to take longer refresher courses. Taiwan's defense budget is also going up. It now wants to spend more than 3% of its GDP on defense. Taiwan has termed China's pressure campaign as extreme. It has intensified since last year after Lai Ching-te took over as president. Beijing has branded him as a separatist and has been building pressure on Taiwan for electing him as president. Since 2024, China has carried out at least 7 military drills around Taiwan. And this has raised concerns both in the US and among regional players, like Australia. Their defense minister is a man called Richard Marles. He has asked China to explain its massive military buildup.
We would like to have a greater transparency in what China is seeking to do in not only its build-up, but in the exercises that it undertakes. This is the biggest conventional military build-up that we've seen since the end of the Second World War. And that's been playing out over a significant period now.
China says it wants stability, but stability is not built on intimidation. You don't send dozens of warships to promote peace. You don't circle an island with aircraft carriers if you're looking for dialogue. You don't call for reunification while rehearsing an invasion. And you don't build the region's largest military force without explaining why you need it. Beijing claims that Taiwan is an internal matter, but its actions have external consequences on global trade, on sea routes, and on regional security. China's actions are not defensive, they are in fact coercive, and they're keeping the entire region on edge.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka karjo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Kali radikali. Stop.
Japanese,
$4 trilhões.
Portuguese,
Por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select the language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.